Most seniors believe they fall because their legs are getting weak, but that is a dangerous mistake. You don't fall because your legs are weak, you fall because your body's internal seatbelt has fallen asleep. Biomechanics experts call it the feed-forward mechanism. I call it your internal corset. It's a deep, hidden layer of muscle that wraps around your spine and catches you milliseconds before you even realize you're slipping. When this corset is loose, a stumble becomes a fracture. But when it's tight, you are unshakable. Frank, one of my patients at 72, used to wobble just putting on his socks. Last week, he walked into my office without his cane. In this video, we aren't doing sit-ups, and we aren't getting on the floor. I'm going to show you the 3 specific chair moves that retighten that corset and lock your balance in place. But first, we have to find out if your switch is actually off. And we can do that right now, with a simple cough. Now, when I mention core strength, I know what you're likely picturing. Sit-ups, planks, getting down on the floor. Please put that out of your mind. At 70, we don't need a six-pack for the beach. We need a shield for the spine. You see, deep underneath the surface muscles, the ones you can touch, lies a critical layer called the transverse abdominis. Think of it as your body's internal corset. It wraps horizontally around your waist, from your belly button all the way around to your spine. When this muscle is working, it acts exactly like a firm back brace. It hugs your organs and locks your spine into a column of strength. But here is the biological tragedy that happens as we age. In a healthy body, this corset has a feed-forward mechanism. That means it tightens milliseconds before you lift your arm or take a step. It anticipates the movement. But research in the Journal of Biomechanics shows that in many seniors, this signal gets delayed. You trip. And the corset doesn't tighten in time. The spine wobbles. The center of gravity is lost. And that is the moment a fall happens. So, if you've been feeling unsteady, it's not because you are clumsy. It's simply because the timing on this switch has lagged. And the good news? We can reset that timer. But first, we have to find the muscle, because most people have lost touch with it entirely. And to find it, all you need to do is cough. So let's find this hidden switch right now. I want you to try this with me. Sit comfortably in your chair. Now, take your hands and find the top of your hip bones. Slide your fingers inward just 1 inch onto the soft part of your belly, but not all the way to the center, just an inch inside the hip bone. Press in gently. Now, cough. A good, sharp cough. Did you feel that? Under your fingertips, you should have felt a muscle pop out and push against your fingers. It feels like a firm sheet suddenly tightening. That is your internal corset. That is the transverse abdominis doing its job. Nature designed it to tighten reflexively to protect your spine from the pressure of the cough. If you felt it jump, excellent. The wiring is still there, but here is the catch. We can't walk around coughing all day just to stay upright. We need this muscle to stay awake and hovering at a low hum, about 5% tension, all day long. When Frank first came to see me, he could cough and find it. But the moment he stopped coughing, the muscle went completely silent. It went back to sleep, and that is why he was wobbling. So, how do we keep it awake without the cough? We use a technique I call hollowing. Imagine you were trying to zip up a pair of pants that are just a little bit too tight. You don't hold your breath. You don't suck your stomach up into your ribs. You just gently pull that area below your belly button inward, away from the waistband. That tiny, subtle pull, that is the corset locking in. Now that you know what it feels like, we need to train it to stay locked while you move. And we are going to do that with 3 specific movements you can do right there in your chair. The first one looks deceptively simple, but it changes how your brain talks to your legs. Move. Number 1 is the seated march. But wait, don't just start lifting your legs. That is the mistake everyone makes. First, find that zip. Pull the belly button gently in. Lock the corset. Now, imagine there is a full glass of water balancing on top of your head. Without spilling a drop, and without letting your spine wiggle even a millimeter, slowly lift your right foot just 2 inches off the floor. Hold it. Put it down. If you had to lean sideways to lift that leg, your corset turned off. We want the leg to move, but the spine to stay frozen. That is the secret. Once you have mastered the march, we add pressure. Move number 2 is the cross press. Take your right hand and place it on your left knee. Now, I want you to push your hand against your knee and push your knee back against your hand. Fight yourself. Create a war between your hand and knee, but, and this is crucial, do not let any movement happen. You are creating tension, not motion. Hold that pressure for 3 seconds. Release. You should feel that deep belt around your waist tighten instantly to stabilize you. That is your body learning to catch a fall before it happens. And finally, the challenge. Move. Number 3. The statue lean. Scoot forward slightly in your chair so your back is not touching the backrest. Sit tall. Zip up the corset. Now, keeping your spine straight as a rod, like a statue, hinge your entire upper body backward just 2 inches. Don't touch the chair behind you. Just hover there. You will feel a little vibration or shaking in your deep stomach. That shake is good. That is your nervous system waking up muscles that haven't worked in years. Hold for 3 seconds, then come back up. These 3 moves, the march, the cross press, and the lean, rebuild the grid. But there is a hidden trap. I see patients master these moves perfectly in the chair, but they still wobble when they stand up. Why? Because they make one breathing mistake that pop the corset open the moment they get stressed. You see, when I asked you to zip up earlier, I suspect about 90% of you held your breath. That is a natural reaction, but it is a dangerous one. If you hold your breath to stabilize your spine, your blood pressure spikes, and the moment you have to breathe out, you lose the lock. The corset opens and you become unstable again. To be truly fall-proof, we need to learn to breathe behind the shield. Try this with me one last time. Zip up your corset, pull that belly button in, hold it tight. Now, without letting go of that tension, try to take a deep breath. You will notice you can't breathe into your belly because it's locked. So where does the air go? It has to go sideways, into your ribs. Put your hands on your lower ribs. Inhale. Feel them expand out like an accordion. Exhale. Keep the belly tight. This is the secret. This is how you walk, talk, and live your life, with the shield up, but the breath flowing freely. Frank didn't get his balance back because he did 1,000 sit-ups. He got it back because he learned to keep this internal switch on while he lived his life. He stopped looking at the ground, afraid of the next step. He started looking at the horizon, and that is what I want for you. This isn't just about avoiding a fall. It is about the confidence to walk to the mailbox without fear, to carry your grandchild without wobbling, to keep your independence for another 10, 20 years. Your body is designed to last, but you have to know how to drive it. If you found that hidden switch today, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. We have so many more hidden mechanisms to uncover together, and I don't want you to miss the next one. And remember, you are stronger than you think. You just need to turn the power back on. I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley. Keep moving.